The poker bracelet of 2005.
The Toyota Points Leader is brought to you by Toyota. Choose any direction, as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward.
Of the over 2,300 players in this record-setting field, 3 were looking to make some special history. Doyle Brunson, Johnny Chan, and Phil Hellmuth were attempting to win their record 10th bracelet.
There's only 3,000 players. How am I going to win bracelet number 10?
While Hellmuth outlasted Brunson and Chan, it wasn't always pretty for him.
There goes 40,000 in yellows, too. Hey, it's much better to have him fall on the floor than in somebody else's stack.
The chips that Phil picked up helped him finish in the money. He was eliminated in 24th place, earning points for the Toyota Player of the Year award.
Wanted to show the world that even though there's 2,300 players, there's going to be some great players down there at the end.
So here's our Toyota Player of the Year leaderboard. After the 5 World Series of Poker circuit events, Chris Ferguson, Chad Brown, and Phil Ivey all. So here we go. Scott Fishman, 1.2 million chips. Alan Cunningham, 2.2 million chips. And the prize money and the bracelet have been brought out to the final table. Over $725,000 to the winner. That's got to be unnerving.
This is the new crew versus the old crew. Of course, the old crew rep is all of 28 years old.
Cunningham with 6-3 of hearts calls the big blind. Fishman with 5-4 offsuit. Check his option. Cunningham with a slight advantage going to the flop. It comes out 10-6-3. Cunningham pairs both of his hole cards.
Yeah, 2 pair on the flop for Alan Cunningham. A big hand for him.
Scott Fishman leads out 30,000 chips with a straight draw.
Up and down straight draw.
I raise.
Cunningham announces a raise. The chips he put in there just matched the bet.
And heads up, unless Fishman flopped 3 10s, Alan knows his 2 pair is good enough.
80,000 more chips. Back to Fishman now. And Scott Fishman will match the raise. But he looks suspiciously at Alan Cunningham in the process. Turn card. 4 of diamonds. That pairs one of Fishman's hole cards.
Cunningham still in control of his hand, and Fishman checks.
So Cunningham now in the position to drive this hand. And he is reaching.
He might think of driving out any type of draw Scott Fishman has right now with a big bet.
250.
Cunningham will come in with 250,000 chips.
Scott might put Alan on a big pair right here. Scott just with the little pair.
Nervous times for Scott's parents, Joel and Ellen.
Scott with a pair of 4s and an up and down straight draw.
Mullen.
Scott Fishman is going to go all in. All of his chips going into the pot.
Wow, Scott deciding to roll the dice right here, right now for all his chips. He's going to take his chances on a straight draw. Maybe he's put Alan on a high pair, trying to push him out. Alan, meanwhile, is in a quandary. He's got a 2-1 chip lead right now, and if he were to call and lose his hand, he would be behind 2-1 in chips.
So the whole tournament may hinge on this next decision by Alan Cunningham. Scott Fishman's defense of this no-limit tournament title could come to an end with his hand.
I'll go ahead and call it.
Oh, with a shrug, he calls it.
That's what I was hoping for.
Well, as usual, Alan, about the smartest guy in the room, he pretty much thought that Fishman had a draw there.
Fishman cannot believe that with 6-3 in the hole, Cunningham has 2 pair.
Well, if Fishman wants to keep his hopes alive for back-to-back titles, on the river, he'll have to hit a 4 or a 2 or a 7 to make the straight.
And the river card, ace of clubs. No help to Scott Fishman. And Alan, one event down, a whole World Series to go. For Norman Chad, I'm Lon McCarron. See you next time from the World Series of Poker.